Good morning and welcome to the 8:15 Daily Operations Weather Brief. We're starting off the day today with some really nice and cool conditions this morning with mostly sunny skies and a few wispy upper level clouds being able to be seen off in the distance and some lower level clouds out over the water. But overall, we are shaping up for a good weather day with the area generally expected to remain dry, light winds, and we'll see those temperatures gradually warming throughout the day, in which our highs are expected to reach the mid 70s by this afternoon, and that is going to make for a very nice first day of fall. Now, looking at this morning's surface analysis chart, we do have an area of high pressure sitting off of the New England coast, and that is giving us these mostly clear skies, and it also produced some nice radiational cooling overnight. And as a result, we did see some early morning fog, but most of that, if not all of it, has already burned off. So looking at mostly sunny skies today with our temperatures again reaching the mid 70s come the afternoon. Now, out west, there is a strong upper level low that has been moving across the central plains and is gradually pushing our high pressure system overhead a bit further southward. And for us, that means that we will start to see some warmer, more so moist air mass move into the area Tuesday and Wednesday. And as a result, we'll see those temperatures climb to near 80, and we'll also see a cold front that will stretch from the northeast down to the central U.S., move its way through, and that could bring us some scattered afternoon and evening showers and storms as we move through the day on Wednesday and into Thursday. Now, for our current weather conditions here, we do have a few clouds at 1,000 feet out over the water, as mentioned earlier, and then some upper level wispy clouds above 25,000 feet and unrestricted visibility as of this moment. Winds are out of the north-northwest at about 6 knots, and our temperature currently sits under 60 degrees at 59 degrees Fahrenheit, and our relative humidity for this morning is currently at 90%. Pulling up this morning's satellite imagery, we can see that we do have a hurricane out in the Atlantic, and that is coming up on Bermuda here. However, it is anticipated to remain just east of Bermuda and likely only seeing some elevated gusty conditions, maybe a couple of those outer bands pass through, but overall should avoid a direct hit. And as for our local area, we can see those clouds being indicated off to the east over the water, but generally clear skies for much of the area. Now, looking at the modeled area for today on a 24-hour loop on a high-resolution weather model, we can see that we are forecasted and modeled to remain largely dry with no real chances as that high pressure has a good foothold over our area and much, if any, of the convective activity being concentrated to our west. And that leads us to today's 24-hour forecast, in which we can anticipate some light cloud cover throughout the whole forecasted period, likely increasing slightly during the midday hours as the daytime heating gets fully underway. Our winds are anticipated to remain consistent and be generally turning clockwise throughout the day and slightly decreasing as we get into those overnight hours before they pick up once again, but in general well below any advisory criteria. And no color on the board for today, no real weather related concerns. Overall, it should be a very nice day. And that brings us to the short-term risk chart for the next couple days. On Tuesday, we can anticipate partly to mostly cloudy conditions and a high of 78. Tuesday night, we can anticipate partly cloudy conditions and a low of 68 with no color on the board for those two time periods. And then on Wednesday, partly to mostly cloudy with a slight chance of showers or thunderstorms, especially as we get towards those later hours and move into Thursday, and we can anticipate a high of 79. That is going to conclude the 8:15 daily weather operations brief. We'll be back at 10 o'clock with the 7-day outlook.